Hi, everyone. My name is Jesse Suen, and I'm the co-founder and CTO of Acuity, and one of the original creators of the Argo project. At Acuity, we help teams run Argo CD at scale with an easy-to-manage hosted platform. But today, I'm excited to share what's in store for Kargo, our open-source GitOps promotion layer above Argo CD. For those new to Kargo, Kargo adds automated promotion pipelines and multi-environment visibility to your Argo workflows. And the big step forward today is that Kargo is now expanding beyond Kubernetes, starting with Terraform. But why does this matter to you? Because most real-world applications don't live entirely inside a Kubernetes cluster. They depend on things like S3 buckets, Lambda functions, CDNs. And today, Argo can only manage the Kubernetes side. So sure, you can use tools like Crossplane and Terraform controllers and try to force everything into Kubernetes, CRDs, and objects. And we've personally tried that. But it often feels like fitting a square peg in a round hole. So let's take a look at how Kargo can promote changes across multiple targets, Kubernetes and Terraform, all in one workflow. In this setup, we have 3 artifact types: a Docker container for a Kubernetes guestbook app. We also have an IAM policy file, and this is stored in Git. And we have an AWS Lambda function published as an OCI artifact in ECR. And Kargo will continuously watch these repositories so that whenever a new artifact is pushed, Kargo automatically combines the latest versions into a new promotable entity, which we call freight. And these freight will start appearing on the left side of this timeline, which we can then promote through our environments. So let's take a look at our GitOps repository that drives everything. And at the top, we have this environments directory. And there's one directory for each environment, dev, staging, prod. Inside each environment, we have a Kubernetes directory that contains like your Helm values file. And then we have a Terraform directory that has your TF files, TF vars, and state file. All right, and let's go ahead and kick off a promotion. Here, I just want prod to be running the same to match the version in staging. So what actually happens during a promotion? Since we're practicing GitOps, everything happens as Git changes. Kargo copies around files, edits them, commits them, calls out to the underlying tools to perform the deploy. And because this is a prod promotion, I'm having Kargo create a pull request so that the changes, once merged, can be reviewed. And for the sake of speed, I'm just going to merge this right away before I talk about what's inside. So looking at the file edits, we see that Kargo had made a YAML update to the Helm values file with the new image tag. It made an HCL update to the Terraform vars file with the new Lambda image. And then it copied the promoted policy JSON into that environment directory. And then we also captured the Terraform plan to show exactly what will be applied after merging this PR. But notice this plan will produce outputs. In this case, it's a Lambda function URL. And this is the tricky part. So my Kubernetes guestbook app needs to know that URL, but we don't actually know that URL until after the apply. And so for most people, passing that value from Terraform to Kubernetes is this manual 2-step process, or it requires some heavy-handed tools like controllers. But we can see how Kargo can solve this. Once the PR is merged, Kargo will run the Terraform apply. But next, we run a Terraform output to get that newly generated function URL. And then we take that URL, and then we update the Kubernetes config, the Helm values, with that function URL. And if we look at the Argo CD view, we can see that it just did sync to that new commit made by Kargo. With the function URL updated in the Helm values file, we committed the state file back into Git. And now when I look at the pods, we can see, indeed see the environment variable was updated to the new Lambda function URL, confirming that Kargo coordinated the entire handoff from Terraform to Kubernetes automatically. All right, so as you saw in the demo, Kargo is evolving into this universal promotion layer, taking the principles of GitOps and extending them beyond Kubernetes across Terraform, Lambdas, VMs, or any system that you deliver to. If you want to learn more, just feel free to stop by our booth just right outside this, building. I mean, not the building, this room. And we're also giving away digital copies of Argo CD up and running. And we'll be doing book signings with the creators and authors this Wednesday at 11. All right, thanks.